The Little Prince by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry. There's a kind of silence that only exists in the desert. A silence so vast, it feels like the earth is holding its breath. It's in this silence that a pilot, lost, tired, and alone, crashes his plane. He wakes up to the sun, the sand, and a soft, curious voice beside him. "Please, draw me a sheep." And just like that, a man lost in the world of machines and logic meets a boy from another world. A boy who still believes in wonder. That boy is the Little Prince, and this meeting changes everything. The Little Prince isn't from Earth. He lives on a small planet, asteroid B612. It's no bigger than a house, and yet it holds all he loves. 3 volcanoes, some sunsets, and one proud, beautiful rose. He loves her more than anything. He waters her every morning, shields her from the wind, listens to her complaints, and yet she confuses him. She says, "I love you," but hides behind her thorns. She asks for attention, then acts like she doesn't care. The Little Prince can't understand this strange, grown-up thing called love. And so one day, he leaves his planet, hoping to find answers among the stars. He travels from planet to planet, meeting adults who look important but seem lost. On the first planet, there's a king who rules over nothing but believes power is everything. Then a vain man who lives only for praise. He wants to be admired but never loved. A drunkard who drinks to forget that he's ashamed of drinking. A businessman who counts stars believing he owns them. And a lamplighter trapped in endless routine, lighting and extinguishing lamps every minute, too busy to see the beauty of the stars he lights. Finally, he meets a geographer who knows everything about mountains, rivers, and oceans, but has never seen any of them. Each planet teaches the prince something, that adults, though proud of their wisdom, often forget how to live. They chase numbers instead of sunsets. They collect things instead of memories. They grow taller, but not deeper. And as the Little Prince listens to them, he begins to understand that grown-ups see with their eyes, but not with their hearts. When he finally reaches Earth, he's astonished. There are so many roses, thousands of them. He thought his rose was unique, but here he sees a field full of them. He feels small, deceived, and heartbroken. Was his love just an illusion? It's then that he meets a fox, and this meeting changes everything once again. At first, the fox is cautious. He says, "You must tame me." The Little Prince doesn't understand. What does that mean? To tame? The fox smiles softly. It means to create ties. To me, you are nothing more than a little boy like 100,000 others. But if you tame me, we will need each other. You will be unique to me, and I shall be unique to you. They sit together day after day, quietly, letting trust grow between them. Until one day, the fox looks up and says, "Now you are tamed. But it's time to part." And the fox shares his secret, one of the greatest truths ever written in a children's book. It is only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye. At that moment, the Little Prince understands. He realizes that his rose is unique, not because she's the only one, but because he chose her, cared for her, and made her his own. Love, he learns, is not about finding the perfect rose. It's about the time, attention, and care you give to it that makes it bloom. Back in the desert, the Little Prince spends his final days with the pilot. They laugh, talk, and share stories. 2 souls, one from the stars, one from Earth, meeting somewhere in between childhood and wisdom. But one night, under the vast sky, the little prince tells the pilot that he must return home, to his planet and to his rose. He says softly, "It looks like I'm dying, but it's not true. You'll see the stars and you'll laugh, and when you hear them, it'll be like I'm laughing too." The next morning, the pilot can't find him. Only soft sand and a golden sunrise. Years pass. The pilot never forgets the boy, and whenever he looks at the stars, he hears that laughter again. The same laughter that once echoed in the silence of the desert. The Little Prince isn't really a story for children. It's for the grown-ups who've forgotten what it means to be one. It's a reminder that love isn't found in owning, but in understanding. That what's most beautiful cannot be seen or measured, only felt. It's for the dreamers who once looked at the stars and believed they were waiting for them. And maybe they still are. So tonight, when you look up at the sky, remember, somewhere out there, the Little Prince is watching too, smiling, laughing, and whispering to your heart. The stars are beautiful because of a flower that cannot be seen. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing tales. Thank you for watching.